Hello, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Live Every Day. You're on Backchannel, so you found me. Way to go, especially after such a big weekend of food and turkey and family and friends and all sorts of things. So, welcome to Backchannel, you guys. This is the only place that you can talk and listen and chat with live talk show hosts. Kind of crazy. So the thing is that you are listening through a Palexa device. I can't say her name because she'll go off in everybody's homes. Or the app. She has an app. There's also the Echo Dot system, the Echo Show system, which you can watch me, okay, and look and listen, and you can talk to your device and it will chat with me. How great. It's like the Jetsons, and like everything Walt Disney told us was going to happen is happening. So all you have to do is look at your device. I don't know, have your device, and whatever your device's name is, Palexa, T-Rexa, maybe you renamed it Rob, and the code word is say. So if we're talking about Thanksgiving, you can, turn to your device and you would do this. Rob, say, good morning, Liv, happy Thanksgiving. And all that's going to type. Totally crazy. And I'll be able to see it. Now, you might be on YouTube live stream, which is fantastic. I can also see what you are saying back to me by simply like there's a chat on the right side of that. So, guys, this is it. This is the talk show where you can talk to the people on your screen. It's, I don't know. It's kind of amazing. So, welcome. Good morning. We are back. We are about to end this month. We're not quite there yet. I kind of feel bad for these last few days of November. It's kind of like they're the lost children, like the lost days of the month. Everybody's focused on, the holidays. Hanukkah started. We have Christmas coming. Those who are celebrating Advent have started Advent. Like there's all these things happening. And here's the end of November sitting here going like, guys, I'm still here. I'm in the room. I can hear you. You know what I mean? So I want to say good morning to everyone that's here. Good morning, Nathan. Good morning, Kathy. Good morning, Freddie. And good morning to producer Anna. She is going to once again save the day. I have no doubt. She already has. Here's what's interesting. We have named every day of the week, Anna and I, for this broadcast. And then we kind of build the show around that name. Anna has been building the show on her own. Like she has been crushing life. And today is Make It Work Monday. And I think it really works, especially for like right now when we're coming back out of a holiday, the whole nation shuts down. Like, here's what's interesting about Thanksgiving. It's not a religious holiday. A lot of holidays are centered around religion. This is not one of them. Now, the center of what Thanksgiving stands for and what it is and why it got started has, and rightly so, come up into discussion. I think most people just enjoy getting together as families and eating the foods that we all grew up eating. But it's worth the time discussing about the history and how that all got started. Nathan says, good morning, beautiful. Just a reminder, he is allowed to say that. He's my husband. He can say anything he wants. Anyway, so, we either have really patriotic days that are centered around wars or the ending of wars or celebrating that, or people who were on wars. We have Thanksgiving, and then we have, sprinkled in like presidents, important people in our country, MLK, whatever. And then we have religious holidays. Thanksgiving is one that you're American, you live in this country, like everybody does Thanksgiving. Now, the history part is going to be really interesting to see how this unfolds and how throughout the years, how we decide to address that as a nation. But as of this week, I just ate lots of carbohydrates. That is all. That is all I did. Like I'm like even to the moment of last night, it was like I was going away to war and I needed to It was my last meal. There were provisions. Like, I am now in the zone of we're starting back life. My cup has black coffee in it. That's it. Just black coffee. It's so sad. But this is Make It Work Monday. You know what we're making it work? Getting back into our jeans. Cheers, everybody. So, those of you who are on, what are you drinking? What are you? Anna says Sister Schubert rolls. She had those this weekend. Yes, you did, my friend. Did you have the one in the tray yet? Have you had those? Or is that an Ohio thing? I feel like we have so many things to do in Ohio. Um, I'll be with Anna soon, actually. I leave on a trip next week. I'll have to do this from a hotel room. We'll see how that goes. It was still the bag ones. Okay. And I did not get the tray ones. Well, I'll have to change her life. So, what is everybody drinking this morning? How are you making this Monday work? I don't feel bad. I do feel like I've lost. I've gained 10 pounds. I do, and I can tell in my face. My face looks round. My jeans are a little snug. I feel a little puffy. Lots of rolls, lots of potatoes, lots of rice. All that kind of stuff was happening. Lots of coffee with amazing cream. So this is what I do. This is how I make it work. And I'm going to share this because I think I've shared this. And again, I'm sharing when like nobody's on, which stinks because nobody's going to know this part of the story. I have lost 300 pounds. That's not an easy thing to do. And it takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of commitment. And this week, I wasn't disciplined. I wasn't. I allowed myself all the things. Well, here's what stinks. I leave for a trip next week, and I know I'm gonna allow myself all the things. I know that I'm gonna be like, "I'm in New York City. I deserve a bagel. I don't deserve anything. I'm in New York City." But, like, that is how I will think, and that is and I'll be like, "Oh, I can have coffee with, like, all the cream." Anna is having Lavazzo blonde roast with hazelnut creamer. Oh my gosh. Lavazzo is my favorite coffee. You guys, if you haven't had it, you can get it in your grocery stores. You can ship it in from Amazon. Like, it sounds super fancy, but you can. And it is from Italy. I like Italy. Italy's like on a lot of flights. Why can't I think of planes? I think this might be why people tune in because they like to watch me not know words. It's like I'm constantly Ariel from Little Mermaid, and I'm sitting here going, "What's that word again?" And if anybody remembers Ariel, that is what's happening, except she looks way better in a shell bra. Okay. So, in our cups this morning, are you switching over to something else? Now we're back. For most people, they're not going anywhere again until the holidays. So you've got some time to reset. You've got some time to work off the potatoes, sleep off the turkey, exchange the ham, and you can change what you're drinking in your cup. I was all about the flavored creamers and the sugar and I like everywhere I went, I had coffee. I had it at my parents' house. I had it at my brother's house. I had it here with my husband. We were like, "Oh, this is like our morning coffee." Oh my gosh, my friends are here. Hello, Stacy. Good morning, friend. Good morning, Sheila. So fantastic to see your beautiful names. I was going to say faces. I can't see your faces. So, Anna's asking me, are we a coffee after dinner with dessert family? Here's what's interesting about our family. And by family, I mean Nathan. Nathan, as I think I've shared on the show. Oh, good morning, Sheila. Nathan is an introverted introvert. He has a very limited amount of energy. The man literally, and I'll take photos, has a Red Bull, a Bang, coffee, all of those things, all at the same time at 11 PM just to stay up with me till 11:05. Now that I have this morning job, I go to sleep around 10, which is probably his dream. He finally has like a dream wife. Now, if she would clean, we'd really think she was hot. But Nathan can have all these things. So yeah, I've gotten adjusted. I've gotten used to ordering coffee at night with dessert. Now I have a lot of energy. I feel like what coffee does to me is it just eggs me on. It's not like it, like, gives me a burst of energy. I already have a ton. Like, this is me definitely at my lowest. But now I used to make fun of people constantly because 'cause I'm just mean. I'm not really mean. I'm just picking on myself, which I like to do. I used to make fun of people for getting decaf coffee. I didn't understand the concept. Why? Why would you get it? Decaf coffee? What is that? That's not even real coffee. Am I wrong? Am I right? Let me hear what you think. Stacy, Sheila, Nathan, Freddie, Kathy, Anna, decaf coffee. Is it real? Is it not real? Yeah, like fake. I don't know. It's like fake news. Um, what is the point? And now I kind of get the point. I have to say now that I'm in my late 20s. That's not what I'm in. Um, I get it. Like you want the flavor and the taste of coffee with a nice biscotti, you know? You want a cappuccino. You want something nice that's warm, especially in the winter, which we'll talk about winter things later in the show, but I get it now. Maybe you don't want the caffeine. Maybe you're not Nathan and you want to be able to go to sleep. You have a morning show. I get it. I mean, the question is, why not do tea? And for whatever reason, I think hot tea is not the same as hot coffee. Like, I think the caffeine level is completely different. I'm pretty sure that's not true. Like, I'm pretty sure decaf tea, there's a reason they have it. You know what I mean? Like you have chamomile, you have the peppermint. Good morning, Rachel. Hello. Stacy says it is real, and Sheila says it's not. This is great. This is how we're going to show the country to have a conversation being on two ends of the spectrum. We're going to discuss coffee. Anna says, my evening is chai tea decaf. Otherwise, I'll be up all night, but I need some Biscoff. Okay, let me ask you this. Biscoff is a cookie, and that's what they make cookie butter out of, correct? So what does that mean? Like you have a cookie with your tea? Is that what that means? You're having a cookie? She's like, "Why are you like, I want to know, Anna." Yeah, she dips into the chai. So I enjoy a chai. I do. I wasn't always a chai person. Sometimes I have to be honest, I feel like it's like salsa. Here in Texas, we have chips and salsa. If you haven't been here, it's like tomatoes and onions and peppers and jalapeno and is that everything? Like I feel like that might be everything. And you dip a tortilla chip in it. Now, here's the thing. It has a spectrum like everything on this planet. It goes from super mild to you're crying your face off. You know what I mean? And I've had that with chai. Is that true? Like, does chai have a spectrum where you can have a really spicy chai tea and you're like, okay, it is a thing. And I'm like, like for years, I thought I hated chai tea. I thought, nope, not my thing, not my scene. And then somebody who knew how to make it made me one. And I was like, this is delightful. This is just lovely. I enjoy the chai. Can't stand caribou chai. Oh, Starbucks is super mild. This is what Anna's teaching us. Now you all know about chai, guys. Maybe I'll start doing tea in the morning. That seems so sophisticated and so like lovely. Oh, I love it. If this is Rachel, my friend in Texas, she's British and it feels very British. Today I'm having black coffee. What are you ladies drinking this morning? Ladies, let me know. Nathan, have you even had a cup of coffee yet? I know that you're doing all the dad things. And I'll have a cafe I'll take you to here that has the best chai ever. I'm going to Ohio to work with Anna. And so far, our itinerary includes like 7 restaurants, which is great. It makes me happy. Nathan's heading out the door. Bye, Nathan. Thank you for being the best dad and husband ever. Um, that's so funny. My husband's gonna be like, seriously, like that's why you have to go to Ohio. Obviously, we need fuel to work. Except Anna knows whenever I eat and drink and things like that, it shuts me down. Now, what I am interested in knowing, and we're gonna have to see the experiment for those of y'all who have tuned into the show. I get a runny nose every single morning. And the reason is because of a surgery that I had years ago. Anytime I consume any type of food, and this includes cream. Did you know the body processes milk and cream, like a solid, like a food product, which makes sense. I mean, it's a food product for baby cows. But anyway, so my nose will run on the air. And I'm always like, like sniffing and stuff. And I'm sure people are like, geez, that kid has a cold all the time. Well, now I'm just doing black coffee because I got to lose the weight. I got to lose the Thanksgiving weight. We'll see if my nose runs. Okay, Nathan's having a Red Bull. Stacy's having juice followed by a protein shake. Oh, that's nice. I can't do juice. I'm a type 2 diabetic, and juice is really hard for me, Stacy. The only time that I allow myself juice is on an airplane, and that is with vodka. So, you know, I mean, I feel like it cancels it out. Don't we believe in that? Sheila is having coffee. Sheila, Stacy, Nathan, good morning. Oh, and Anna with her amazing Lavazzo. So you guys, I am so excited to hear what's going on. I feel like I need to go back to some hot tea situations. And I like to start off my day the way that the Japanese start off their day. Is this true? I'm not really sure. I do have a friend that lived in Japan for 3 years, but if anybody knows, let me know. Um, oh, who's oh, okay. Is that Rachel? Rachel, is that you who can't spell the name? I love chai. Obviously, haven't had my coffee this morning when I can't even spell my name. I'm guessing this is Rachel because it looks like Rachel, but it says Seichel. Which, hey, you have a cool name, whatever it is. But I feel like that's what it is. Stacy says if you drink a blueberry, it will be not hard on you at all. Oh, like a blueberry juice or whatever. Okay. It will not be hard on you at all. Yeah, I just gotta watch my sugar. Juice makes my sugar go really high. And as a diabetic, I try to keep my sugar which it's not been because I have eaten all the food. So anyway, yeah, you guys. So that's kind of the thing I'm gonna start doing is black coffee, black hot tea or green tea or whatever, hot tea that's without things. And oh, my Japanese. I'm going to have hot water with lemon. I enjoy hot water with lemon. Now, somebody told me that that's what they do in Japan, that that's how they start off their day. Somebody, meaning, I think I saw it on Facebook. I really do. So that's how I will be starting my day. You guys, on the show, we like to celebrate every single day. And normally there's a calendar day of what is going on. What is the national celebration day? I feel like everybody's tired. Everybody like in the nation's like, we already celebrated. Like we've been celebrating. Why would we have a national day? And guess what? You're good. There isn't. There isn't a day today to celebrate. Now, again, last week we had a day that had two celebrations on one day. Two on one. What was that? It was Friday. It was National Cake Day, which is weird since we all ate pie like all week. And I said maybe they're just like, making cake feel good again. I'm not really sure. And then Buy Nothing Day, which again, come on, we all know it's Black Friday. Today is Cyber Monday, which I want to talk a little bit about in just this. Yeah, no, I'll talk about it right now. I get a little stressed out. I have to be honest. We now have Thanksgiving. We have Black Friday. We have Small Business Saturday. I think we rest with God on Sunday. Today's Cyber Monday, and tomorrow is Giving Tuesday. Holy smokes. Like I have spent more money. Well, you know what really pulled my heart was the Small Business Saturday. Although I'm a supporter of small business all the time, but I was like, I've got to buy all the things. I've got to buy all the things. I'm going to buy everything. But here's where I'm confused. How is Cyber Monday different than Black Friday? Because I get very wrapped up in it's only 50% off, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, it's going to be over today. It's Black Friday. Oh my gosh, I have till midnight. Like, and I'm like, ding, 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 buying all the things. And then all of a sudden I start seeing like posts and advertisements for Cyber Monday. And I'm like, Cyber Monday? Crap. Like, does that mean we're going to have the 50% off today? Did I really just pre-buy? I don't know. Stacy says Cyber Monday is different because you go shopping online. That's a very good point, Stacy. Like, that's true, but that's a very good point. I do not do Black Friday shopping offline. I don't do it in person. Good morning, Piper. Hello, welcome. I don't. I never did. I never was a person that I have family members that did. They didn't this year. They haven't since the pandemic. But they would stay up and go into the malls and into the stores at 1 in the morning, and shop all night and then eat at Denny's or IHOP or something. You know what I mean? Like at 4 a.m. and look at all their I got this fur for 150 instead of 700. And I'm like, I don't need a fur. So I do all of my Black Friday shopping. I see your point. I see what Stacey's saying. Black Friday is supposed to be in person in stores, but Stacey, now that we have the whole online thing, and they give us all these coupons and these codes. And let's be honest, Anna wrote this last week. There's a lot of Black Friday deals that start after Halloween. And they're like, this is all all the stuff, da 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 da. But now we got Cyber Monday, which is online. But let's be honest, there's still a lot that happens online on Friday. There's still a lot. Good morning, Steve. Rachel, used to be that Black Friday doorbusters were only available in person. And that's right. How many you can go back and watch old films and old TV shows. Now, this is not Black Friday, but there's an episode with Friends where there's this big sale where Monica is going to get her wedding dress. Isn't Kleiman's like a real wedding store, like a real bridal shop? And I think this was real and a real famous situation in New York where people would go to Kleiman's for this big sale and they open the doors and you rush in and whatever you grab. And it's everything's $100 or something. I don't know. I just made that up. And it reminds me of that. It really does. The whole Black Friday situation really reminded me of that. You could get an Xbox for $50, to the first 200 people. And the machine is $550, and people would go and they would stand in line. But now we don't. I did read an article. That says, and maybe Anna can find this if this is true. Anna, I don't know if you want to look this up, but apparently we had a bigger Black Friday in person than we have in years. I don't know if that's true. I feel like I read that, or I didn't read it. I totally did the lazy thing and I read the headlines. I read the headline. And so I don't know if that's true. So here we are at Cyber Monday. Those of us who did our Black Friday shopping online, is Cyber Monday worth it? I want to hear your thoughts. Oh, here we go. Retail sales surged this Black Friday, though the day's impact is diluted. So, what does that mean? Okay, she's going to scroll for me. Okay, so the sales did really well, I guess, right? This year's Black Friday, things almost seem normal. Malls and stores report decent-sized crowds, not the floods of people that used to fight over toys and electronics. Online shopping is much too common for that now, and discounts are both more subdued and spread out over the weeks leading up to Christmas, and both websites in websites and in stores. Out of stock items due to supply crunches. We've talked about that on this show a lot. Higher prices for gas and food and labor shortages. Yet nobody's working. Make it more difficult to respond to customers who are causing frustration for shoppers. Okay. So and here's my question. The surge of the Black Friday shoppers, how big was it? Compared to what year? To what? 2010? 2015? I doubt it. We got to go back to when did online shopping okay, a couple of things. Before the pandemic, online shopping, right? Okay. And the economy. You've got to take these factors in. When did Black Friday, what are we comparing this to? Sheila says any sale is worth it. You're not wrong, Sheila. A good sale is a good sale. Anna's saying the country's largest mall, the Mall of America in Bloomington, Minnesota, eh? Said nearly 100,000 people had come early afternoon Friday, more than double last year, but a bit shy of 2019. Thank you. Now we have a range. So here's what we're talking about. We're talking about compared to 2020. That makes sense. Okay, so we're not quite to 2019 numbers, everybody. Stacey's saying we're not quite to 2018. Right. We can't compare Black Friday 2018, 2020, 2021. That's just not fair. There's too much going on. Now we know. Okay, well, good. I'm happy for the retail world. That does well for our economy. Thank you, everyone, for shopping. I did my part online, and apparently, I'm going to keep doing my part online because it's Cyber Monday. I don't even know what that means, but I'll be buying stuff. Not going to lie. I have a couple of earrings I'm trying to buy right now. My husband's driving in the car. For Amazon sellers, Black Friday is usually double sales on a regular day. Oh, so online, same with Cyber Monday. So it is good for our online community. Our retail community that is online, you guys are having a great weekend situation. It's double what you normally see. So July of 2021 is not going to look the same as November. That makes sense. The second week in December is when things get really crazy. Is that because the supply is so up? Is that because people are in a rush to get products and you're like, "Oh, I forgot Aunt Mildred. I've got to like buy Aunt Mildred a sweater or an Afghan and I need to go online to do that." Okay, yes. Rachel is saying all the last minute people shopping, which would be Rachel and I. Rachel's one of my best friends. I love Rachel. Stacey said in 2018, more people on Black Friday shopped in person. Yeah, and I would hope so. I would hope. Like I want to be out of this pandemic as much as everybody else, but let's be honest, we're not there. So I hope we're not hitting numbers that we had in 2018. You know what I mean? Like shop, but like not at the capacity that we were. Stacey's saying in 2018, over 20% of the people in the nation were shopping in person, or like the shoppers, 20% were people in a store. Because I mean, I could see either way. Very fascinating. Very fascinating. So I think we mark today. Well, I guess the celebration day is Cyber Monday. I guess that's what it is. It's not a national calendar day. It's not National Lip Gloss Day. It's not National, essential oil day. I don't know. They like make up every kind of day. Today is Cyber Monday. Now, here's what I want, especially because of over 20% of shoppers. Stacey, look at you just coming in with all these incredible, like, Stacey is laying down some really hard journalism. I'm loving it. Rachel, who is on with us this morning, you guys, she is an online retail person. She has retail online. And so I've gotten to watch over the years what that looks like and how that affects her life and her business. In fact, I hope Rachel's okay. Rachel, I don't know if anybody's really listening, and Anna can type in the thing. If you want to go to Moxie's, Moxies, is it apostrophe S, Rachel? That's her store. That's her online store. And she has phenomenal products. I got a pair of Kate Spade boots that were originally like $390, like $400. I got for $90. It's true. And I wear them all the time. So if you want something, Moxie's VIP, she has an app and you can online shop. Stacey says 30% more shop online. Listen, it's convenient. It's convenient. It's nice. They've now made it really easy. I think once the stores saw, we can still interact with people. We're not going to have the doorbusters, and it's got to be easier for them. I can't imagine the stress it was with getting a store ready, crazy people camping out, hitting each other. I mean, there was a lot of violence that came with like Black Friday, And now we've been able to stretch this out. So definitely support everyone at Cyber Monday if you can. I feel like I don't have any money left. I feel like I gave them all my money. It's not going to stop me. I really have these earrings that Kendra Scott has. I really do. Anna says her husband is making her stop. I know. It's hard. I think I don't prepare. And for Giving Tuesday, I feel really bad. Here's what's interesting. I feel like Giving Tuesday should be the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. Because let's be honest, you've been shopping. You've been online shopping. Maybe you did go in person. And now you're going to wake up tomorrow and give to a charity? Probably not. That isn't setting up our charities for good, like, support. I feel like we need to, do that before Thanksgiving. Oh, Stacey said she likes my nail polish. Thank you, Stacey. It's because I went to Hawaii and I thought I should have something bright. And here's what's interesting, Stace. I'm getting my nails done with my friend Rachel, who's on right now. We're going to get our nails done this. Oh, there we go. Hey, Anna, if you could put, can you see Rachel's comment? If you can put that in case anybody wants it, where you can type things. Moxie's.comments soul commentsoul.com. Oh, look. Anna's like, Liv, I can do this. This is the website for Moxie's. It's like amazing. What color? Oh, Rachel's on speaker. That's true. Not everybody's watching. It's like a coral. It's like a coral. But yeah, Rachel's asking Stacy, what color is the I forgot. Not everybody is watching. Anyway, I get my nails done with Rachel this week, and I'm trying to decide, do I stay with the bright color? Because it's kind of nice. It's kind of a little uplifting. Usually I go dark and I go like a gray and like whatever. And I kind of fall into the whole like, oh, this is autumn, winter. I'm kind of digging the bright, Stacy. Um, Anna has to get party supplies. Yeah, you do. She has a party coming up, and this is a good time to get all those things. Good morning, Rishi. Hello. Rachel says, that's how they get you, though. You might feel guilty with all the personal shopping you've been doing. That's a good point. Do we give for Giving Tuesday out of guilt because we have been giving so much money to, the material things? Or do we move Giving Tuesday? Not that anybody's listening. Like not that anybody like in Congress, I don't know who invented Giving Tuesday. Not that anybody's gonna be sitting here going like, oh, Liv talked about that. We should move Giving Tuesday. Like no one's going to do this, but should it be before Thanksgiving? I don't know. I feel like we should like pop it around. Good morning, April. Hello. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what color my nails become. But you guys, we are celebrating Cyber Monday today. That is the day of celebration because there's nothing else on the calendar. Will you be partaking in it? That's the big question. And today is also Make It Work Monday on this show. That is what Anna and I named the day because on Monday, sometimes it comes up a little fast and you're like, oh, I have to now do all the things. I have to put on pants. I have to maybe drive to work. I have to maybe go to school. I have to maybe put kids in the car. I have to maybe make lunches for myself, my spouse, my roommate, my grandmother. I don't know. Everybody's in very different situations. And you maybe not have done that for a couple of days, right? You had the weekend, and now we're at a holiday weekend. So we need Make It Work Monday. Now, not just get back into the groove, but also how many times have we learned great hacks? You're doing a project and you're like, oh, this project is great. And then a girlfriend, a friend, a guy friend says, actually, have you ever tried this? And you're like, what? Like, make it work. Like, there's other things on the planet. So I like discussing what we're doing, what we're trying to make work, because maybe as a collective unit, we can help each other. I did a cooking segment last Monday with potatoes and showing everybody how to make it work. I'd like to do more cooking on the show. I actually was thinking about this morning what I would cook with everybody. I think I know what I want to do next, Anna. I think I want to show everybody a pasta salad that's really easy that we can do on Wednesday. Maybe we just have cooking segments on Wednesdays. You know what I mean? We have a lot to talk about on Mondays, so maybe Wednesday's a good day to like we have a long day that day. Or yeah, I think probably Wednesday. And so I have an idea, Anna. So I'm just doing that. So yeah, Giving Tuesdays tomorrow, and Stacy and Rachel are discussing that you give out of your heart. That's true. That's what Giving Tuesday is all about. It shouldn't matter how much money you spent. Good Friday, Black Friday. Wow. Black Friday or Cyber Monday, you should be giving because you want to give. What happened to Polish pasta salad, sister-in-law? I forget. I don't know what that means. Is this a question to me? Like, I don't have the Polish sister-in-law? I don't know what that means. Are we talking about, didn't somebody bring a weird pasta salad? Ooh, this is what stinks. I don't remember, Anna. Wait, Weird. Oh, yes. Oh, I know what she's talking about. Okay. So make it work Monday. Let's talk about Thanksgiving. Okay. Here's what we want to talk about. At Thanksgiving, I think I talked about this on Friday. I have a cousin. I'm one of 58 first cousins. One of my cousins was at Thanksgiving and brought his girlfriend. She was born in Poland, lived there her whole life till she was a teenager. Then her parents moved to England so she could get like into college. I think with the discount of like living in the country, because I think she went to like Oxford or something. Like she's like super smart, like crazy smart. She has like my cousin has a doctorate in chemistry. He's a lot younger than me, and she's smarter than him. Yeah, like he says that. She brought a it was more like a macaroni dish. It was like a warm, it was in a Ninja. I don't know what that is. It's either a Ninja Instapot or a Ninja crock pot. Ninja has an incredible line of products. Remember, Ninja just started out being like a blender, and now Ninja has like all these things. And it was pasta with broccoli and peppers and onions and I didn't know what the sauce was. And I never was like, I don't like broccoli and cheese, that's a thing. And mac and cheese, that's a thing. And I can see putting those things together. But the rest of it, I was like, no, I don't want to eat that. I scooped in there, you guys. So good. So good, and she sent me the recipe. That would be labor intensive though, Anna. I don't think I could do that on the air. Now, I have a cold pasta salad that I can easily make on the air. I've perfected the dressing, and I think and I also have a product that makes it tied to Make It Work Monday. That makes it really easy, kinda like what I did with the potatoes. So I'd love to share that with all of y'all. And we can give you the ingredients if you want to cook along. We can give the ingredients on tomorrow. I could say them now. But anyway, so Make It Work Monday. What are you doing to get going again after a long weekend? Everyone that's here, talk to me. Let me know what you're doing. Talk to your device. The magic word is say. If you're on a chat, if you're on YouTube, or if you're, if you're just listening, like Rachel's listening through an app or through, whatever, you can still chat with me and I can read obviously what you're saying. So, what are you doing? How are you getting back into the things after a long weekend? Do you have any secrets? Do you have a little go to that you're like, this is how I get back in the swing of things? Here's some stuff I want you to know. Leftovers are totally fine. Eat leftovers. Now, you might be coming to the end of the leftovers, because we all ate on Thursday. So, like, this is probably the last day. I'm thinking this might be the last day for the cold turkey sandwiches. Do you do that famous turkey sandwich where you get the turkey and the dressing and the cranberry sauce and you put it in between bread, maybe some mashed potatoes? Do y'all do that? Does anybody do I feel like that's like a Joey Tribbiani sandwich. So Anna said she only had leftovers from Friendsgiving, so she ran out a long time ago. No leftovers from family Thanksgiving. We didn't have very many this year, Anna. I got to be honest. I think we've gotten better at how we should cook for a group. You know what I mean? Also, we had less people than we've ever had. We had like only 40 something. Where normally we have like 60. So I think when you get into like your tripling recipes, I think that's where you get a lot of leftovers. When you double, or if you just make normal. Stacy says, oh, Stacy has to go get ready for church this morning and her mom has to get ready for work. Stacy, it's so great to see you. Thank you for popping on. Stay as long as you can or you want. And we'll see you tomorrow, I hope, friend. So, yeah, what are you doing? Like, you can take a nap, you can eat leftovers. How do you emotionally recoup? A lot of introverts, it was a lot for them. A lot of small talk, a lot of hanging out with family, a lot of hanging out with friends. Maybe there's a lot of personalities that are difficult for everybody. Yeah. Even positive. Let's be honest. When you get all excited and you're doing stuff that like you don't normally do and all that kind of stuff, you still need to emotionally, like figure things out. Edom, item. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Please let me know. Hello and welcome. So, do what you need to do to recharge. Maybe there's a friend in town that you need to see. Maybe you just need to like go for a walk. Maybe you need some time with your kids. Maybe you need time for your animals. Maybe you just need, to like watch Hallmark. Perhaps you missed somebody that you hope to see, like yesterday. I was at an event at my daughter's school. Here in Texas, we don't have snow. So we all paid for them to ship in snow and make snow. And it's really sad. But anybody who follows me on Instagram, which you're more than welcome to, thelivharrison.com, um, I have this video of my kid. I don't say which one is my kid, but there's kids. And there's two sad patches of snow slash ice. And the rest of it's like a dead field. And it's like these two patches of snow and like 50 kids per patch, like going crazy, throwing snow at each other, screaming, laughing, rolling, trying to make snowmen. Like my daughter would not leave. I don't even know how long she played out there. Hours. She played hours on this patch of snow. There were two patches of snow and lots of dead grass and lots of mud. And every kid was soaking wet. Like, I forget because we don't live and nay, good morning. We don't live with snow. It's not part of our everyday. I forget how wet you get. Like, her clothes were soaked. Like, we get the beach down here in the South. I get the beach. I prepare for the beach. I understand sand. I understand my kid's going to get wet. I understand all that. The snow thing, I got to be honest. We don't have snowsuits. We don't have any of this, like the right equipment. We had just stopped by my parents for pancakes, and my mom was smart enough to give my daughter gloves. I didn't think to give her gloves. She was still freezing with the gloves. Anyway, Anna says there needs to be a lot of emotional recovery in the state of Ohio because the Ohio State lost to Michigan for the first time in a decade. Whoa. I forgot there were a lot of college games this weekend. Here's what I know. Pretty sure the Aggies lost. Texas won. Alabama beat Auburn. And now I know Michigan beat the Ohio State for the first time in a decade. Am I right on all that? I'm going to be really impressed if I knew that many college games and I didn't even watch one. I didn't. But you know what I do watch? My friends' social media feeds. I have friends that love Alabama. And again, I'm from the South. So they love Alabama. The Alabama Auburn game is a big deal. And I saw them celebrating. So I figured they must be happy. Something happened with Oklahoma. I think they might have lost. The Cowpokes? Is that the thing? I don't know. Now I know about Ohio and Michigan. Pretty sure A&M, because usually when A&M wins, we all know. And Texas was on. So I did kind of see a little bit of Texas. I have a sister-in-law that went to University of Texas. So not that she's a big fan. Oh, and my brother went to, one of my brothers went to Arkansas, but I feel like Arkansas lost their game. I don't know. Stacey says, you don't have to watch football if you have a doctor who can watch football for you. I think that sounds fantastic. I hope you meant doctor because I think that that's really fun. I would love to have a doctor friend that literally just watches football and tells me. Like Anna can sit here and probably feed me all the college answers and whatever scores. But college football is a lot of fun, and that is true. We had a lot of that. So there might be some sad faces today on this Monday if your team lost. And the NFL is still playing, so even if your NFL team still lost. Okay, so if you do find yourself this morning in a state that maybe you're a little down, maybe the winter blues are happening, it's starting to get a little gray outside, maybe you're already having snow and it's cold, maybe things didn't go perfectly with family and friends this weekend, or maybe it did. Maybe now you're missing everybody. Reach out. Make sure to reach out to a friend. Look, the goal of the show is live every day, okay? Perhaps there's someone in your neighborhood or someone that's elderly that you know that was alone. Reach out to them, see how they're doing. Just because quote unquote Thanksgiving was last week doesn't mean you have to stop doing all the great things. Tomorrow's Giving Tuesday. Besides financially, why not think of a really creative way to give, right? Your time and things like that. So take care of yourself emotionally, especially with everything going on with the holidays and the planet. There's always stuff. Listen, there's always going to be a lot going on. And some days it's going to be heavier than others. And sometimes it's heavier as a unit, as a country. We all just got through the holiday. That's kind of a thing where you can connect with people. A girlfriend reached out to me this weekend. I didn't get to talk to her, but she did. And I reached out to my friend Rachel and I said, "Hey, would you like to go get nails done this week?" So it's not it doesn't take a lot of effort to say to someone, "I'd love to see you. I'd love to reconnect. We didn't get to reconnect over the holidays. So what do you think? Are you open to it?" And so make sure that you're doing that. Have your hot tea. If you need to change your diet, do small things. First thing I'm doing is black coffee, black coffee. I'm taking out the cream. I'll do black hot tea or hot tea without anything in it. It could be green tea. I don't know what it is. Make little changes so that you are successful. If you were drinking a lot of alcohol this weekend because you were, having wine and dinner and beer and whatever, not that there's anything wrong with that, cocktails, cut it out. Just cut it out. And then, oh my gosh, you're like, wow, I lost 5 pounds this week. Yeah, you took out creamer and you didn't drink all the things you were drinking. If you were drinking lots of soda, cut out the soda, or go to like diet. Like you can do these little tiny changes. You lose 5 pounds, your clothes fit better, you feel better. Now you're going into a mindset that is fantastic for December. You can say goodbye, November, hello, December, which we will be doing this week, which is crazy. So, like, Anna is saying you can help a mom friend with like decorating her home for the holidays and helping with laundry. Like, you can do those kind of things, instead of just Giving Tuesday being financial. Why not think how to bless people? There's so much divide going on in this country, and there's so much entitlement, and we have a lack of accountability. There's some pretty big political things happening this week. I'll leave it to the Anthony Davis show, which is on today. Anthony Davis is on at noon Eastern, and he is the political guy. Like he does all the going into reading all the things and whatever. But there's a trial that's starting today. Pretty major trial. I'm not gonna get into it, but there's a lot going on. And so you've got to keep yourself in a good space. I want you to have a good Monday. I want you to end November. Don't let November slip away. Don't, let it just go by. Don't miss it. Live every day. Make every day count. Here on Backchannel, you can listen to do, you can listen and chat and reconnect. Start out your day with people, with connection, with conversation, with coffee, with hot tea, with hot water, whatever it is that you're doing. And know that you're wanted and seen and that you're heard. That's what's so great about what Backchannel is doing and this entire lineup of shows is that it's not just about consuming social media, consuming programs and shows and movies and whatever. It's not about consuming here. It's about being a part of the conversation. It's about sit down, you're invited to the table, come be a part of it. And that's what I think is really fantastic. And we can share, like Anna's sharing with us, helping a mom with her decor and laundry this week. That's what she's doing. Now I have that idea. Now I can be like, oh, that's a great idea. And Stacy's saying you don't have to just give on Tuesday. You can give every day. Stacy gives every day. Yes. This is what's great. We're going to reunite the country. I have these big ideas, you guys. So this is Make It Work Monday. We're going to talk about Huga in the next hour. This is a 2-hour show on Monday. We're going to talk about Huga. If you don't know what hygge is, I'm about to just enlighten you, open your mind, teach you about something maybe you've heard of. It was a big buzzword a couple of years ago. Some of you might be like, why is it even a word? I don't think that's wrong to be like, who knew this had a word? But it does. And in America and English, there's a lot of things we don't have words for that the rest of the world does have words for, and it actually helps. I think that's part of our problem in America. We're missing a lot of context. We don't have a huge vocabulary for a lot of things. So we'll be discussing hygge, more make it work Monday, what that looks like. What are you making work today? How are you getting back into all the things? Good morning, Elliot. Hello, welcome. So here we are on Back Channel. Here's how you can interact with me, everybody, especially in the next hour. We have one more to go. Is you can be on your Amazon devices. There's a couple of products that Amazon has produced. There's the T-Rexa device. I can't say her name. She has a lady name that's similar to Palexa, Virexa, T-Rexa. You get what I'm trying to say. You have that device. You also have that app. Then you have the ecosystems. You have the Echo Dot. You have the Echo Show. And we have good old YouTube. So if you're streaming this on YouTube, you can chat on the right. You can type to me and I can see it and I can interact with you. If you are on your app or if you're on Echo Dot or if you have the Palexa device in your home, you can chat by going to backchannel.tv, backchannel.tv, and you can type in a chat. Now, if you have an Alexa, if you have, I said her name. I hope I didn't make anybody's thing goes off. I'm so sorry. If you have an Echo Show, you can actually talk to your device and say what you want to chat and it will type it for you. So this is how you say it. Remember, here on Back Channel, you can interact with me by saying, say Liv, happy Monday. So there you go, you guys. Just trying to remind everybody until we all get into the groove of how this whole thing works. Anna just said happy Monday. I have to say, I told this to Anna this morning. I don't think I feel Monday until Tuesday. Oh, good. Stacy said I didn't make her device go off. Thank you, Stacy. I start feeling it tomorrow. Like tomorrow will probably be a harder day for me. I am going to need a nap today, though, I think. I don't know. But tomorrow will be a harder day. I don't know. It's like when I stay up really late or like when I had sleepovers, like things like that when I was a kid. Who are we kidding? This summer, I would, stay up all night, talk, chit chat, and I'd be great the next day. And I would be like, see, mom, I can do it. It's easy. It's not a big deal. And then Tuesday would hit me like an 18-wheeler. Does anybody else have is that a thing? Like, are you able to I don't think it works that way for hangovers, but I never get hungover, which everybody hates me for. I don't. I it's scary. I don't. I just don't have that problem, but that's fine. But do you have is it the next day that you feel like whenever you're tired or whenever you're not just sleepy tired, but like physically tired? Also, I have to say today's my hardest day when I go back to my diet. And today's day 1. And I've already thought about food 12 times. And I had this conversation in my head, it's fine. You can have what you want today. You need to ease back into it, blah, blah, blah. Because I do this really hardcore intermittent fasting. And I know when I go away, I'm not going to intermittent fast. I try every time. I just can't. I can't. Anna says it's really gross in Ohio. I'm guessing it's getting very wintry out there. It's getting all snowy and gray and the sun's going away. It's very bright here. It's a very sunny day and it's like in the 60s. So, and then I start yawning. That happens to me. When I don't eat and when I eat, I yawn. It's especially when I start fasting, I don't have the food but then I'm not breaking down the food. Yeah, that's the problem. Anna and I keep going to restaurants and I just can't help it. I'm like, I have to eat here. And I order like it's Thanksgiving. It's ridiculous. Okay, so let's get into Huga. I want to talk about Huga and what that is. If you are lucky enough to be related to anybody that is Danish, that lives in Norway specifically, but I think the whole, like, what is that whole area called? Finland. I feel like that whole group of countries has a name. Is that true, Anna? Norway, Finland, Sweden? Um, it's all Nordic. I just made that up. I feel like Nordic. I don't know. That area of the world. That sounds right. Thank you. That area of the world, I don't know if you know this. They experience winter unlike the majority of the world. The majority of the world is pretty similar in the way that we, experience winter. Of course, some more than others. Canada, our north is different than our south. You've got Europe, you've got Russia. I feel like Russia probably, also does a whole like Huga situation. She popped up a graphic. So those of you that are watching, you can look at this graphic and I'm going to talk about Huga and then we'll go through the graphic. Okay. So Huga is a Danish and Norwegian word for a mood of coziness and comfortable I don't know how to say that word. Conviviality? That's a cool word. Pretty sure I butchered that. With feelings of wellness and contentment. As a cultural category with its sets of associated practices, Hygge has more or less the same meanings in Danish and Norwegian, but the notion is more central in Denmark than in Norway. You pronounce it Hygge, and then this is what it is. It's comfy blankets. See that cozy blanket in the middle of the screen, in the middle of the photo? It's a graphic. You have candles. You can see that you have a pink and a yellow candle in this drawing. You have warm drinks, like hot tea. I'm having hot coffee, this whole hot cocoa situation that people love. That would count. Slowing down, meaning you don't commit to a lot of like events. You don't commit to maybe your normal routine takes a back seat during Huga. Soup, you eat a lot of soup, a lot of stew. There's a lot of like stove fire cooking, in big pots. Lots of hearty vegetables and warm situations like that. Lots of family time. Okay. Close friends also, but a lot of family time. You have a lot of reading. People really catch up on the reading. Lots of books, doing that kind of stuff. The fire is on. You have a roaring fire either in the fireplace, outside. It's probably too cold for outside, but if you do have a fireplace outside, but inside, and you have warm socks and you're wearing like big comfy sweaters, big comfy sweatshirts, and you bring a lot of the outdoor in. So not just like a Christmas tree per se, but pine cones, acorns, branches, pine branches, like what you're seeing in this is a great graphic. So let's discuss Huga. How interesting. And it's going to be very wintry weather. Okay. They're trying to survive. They don't have a lot of sun during that time. So it's trying to it's a way that they combat, like when you read about the history of Huga, and actually 3 years ago, this looks lovely. Okay, I'm gonna get to that as soon as I finish this. The history of Huga is fascinating, and I bought multiple books on Huga a couple of years ago, which is interesting because you would think, why would you need books on this? But they have multiple books. This is a graphic that Anna has shared that is a Huga Christmas, how to have a Huga Christmas. You have lots of candles. Now, when they say candles, if you look at photos, which maybe Anna can find after this graphic, but don't take this away yet, Anna. When you are doing Huga, it's a thing. It's like it's a season and it's with a lot of intention. And it's not just lighting a candle, like the entire cabin that you live in is lit with candles, and so is the fireplace. Like, it's like not just a blanket, like you were on the couch reading a book with thick wool socks, this, multiple layers of sweaters under a big fur, or faux fur, blanket with a cozy fire, eating cinnamon buns that you worked to make all day and drinking a hot coffee. Like, it's like a thing. So let's look at this graphic. It says, make use ornaments with, I can't read all of that, sorry. Hang a natural wreath, bake cookies, use soft fabrics, make holiday dishes, like pottery and stuff, cozy up with pillows, big pillows and blankets. Use, I don't know what that says. Something gift wrap. Some of the script in it, I'm having a hard time reading. Hot cocoa, minimal gift wrap. Oh, minimal. What does it say above hot chocolate, and what does it say with the ornaments? Use ornaments with history. Oh, that's interesting. Indulge in hot chocolate. Interesting. Pare down your tree with decorations, like don't make it crazy. Take an indoor hobby like knitting, read books. So it's all about comfort. It's what it is. Here's the whole concept, because it can be very confusing about, why does someone have to write this down, name it? Why does someone have to write books about it? Because here's the thing, it's more about leaning into what's happening in the Norwegian area, in the Scandinavian area. It's instead of fighting it. And, here in America, we have a lot of people who really struggle with, um, the darkness of the winter. The holidays can be very depressing for a lot of people. The outside has changed, right? It's gotten very dark. The sun leaves, and we need it. We need vitamin D. A lot of people have SAD machines, right? It's SAD. It stands for something. But a lot of people have SAD machines, which are machines that give artificial light. Here in America, Canada, that's a big thing. Now, what the Scandinavian, like, nations did, especially the Danish, Denmark, Norway, I'm sure Finland does, I don't know. They said, "Okay, fine. Okay, this isn't going to stop. We are going to have continuous winter. We're going to have no, like, light. We're going to have all these things. It's gonna be flipping cold. You can't see people. It's gonna look depressing outside. It's gray. You know what? Let's lean into it. Let's just, what happens if we embrace it? What happens if we get excited and say, "Heck yeah, that means I get to do all these comfy things. I'm going to make, homemade bread, and I'm going to drink, as much hot chocolate as I want, and wear these big fluffy sweaters and sweatshirts that I would never wear outside because they're going to make me look huge. And I'm going to wear sweatpants, and I'm going to, read, Little Women, and, maybe Aristotle. I don't know what people read, the Hunger Games. I'm going to read all this stuff. I'm going to just lean into it. Bake. I'm going to take up knitting. I'm going to light candles everywhere. Play Dean Martin, make wreaths, bring in the outside in a really cool way. Make it minimum too. Like, I don't have to go all out doing commercial decorating. I'm going to go outside and find what there is. And I'm going to do, like, like, it's like Downton Abbey stuff. You know what I mean? Like, there was someone that I followed on the internet. God, I cannot remember her name. Good morning, Mimi, welcome. And she would take on a project for 5 days. Like, people were part of it where they got to tell her what to do for 5 days, and she would choose the project that people suggested, and then she would record it, and she had to live that way for 5 days. So if she were a banker, she would have to go work at a bank for 5 days and, like, record it. I don't think she ever did that, but I'm trying to think of something. Long story short, she did Hugo. She did Hugo for 5 days, and it was really fascinating to watch her at the beginning of the 5 days to the 5th day. You saw her click. Like, you saw why it's not just what we do here in the States where we're like, "I'm gonna Netflix, I'm gonna binge Netflix. Like that's the closest thing we get to Huga. We binge Netflix. We allow ourselves a day to be in our comfy pants. And that's about as close as we get. Maybe a cup of hot chocolate. This is a mindset. This is a intentional like change. You know what I mean? And it's very thought out and it's planned and it's really like leaned into and embraced. And so they actually have a happy winter and they enjoy it. And they're not using the things that we use here in the States. Now, am I saying what we use in the States to get through the winters is wrong? No. I live in Texas. I don't know what people have to do. Like, you need to do what you need to do, but this is an interesting concept. Why not look to people who live in winter, literally, way more than we do, and see what's worked for them, right? And see how they have taken on the season and made it something positive. This is perfect for Make It Work Monday. They are making it work. They have winter, they have depression, they have seasonal, all the things, gray, all the stuff. And they're saying, all right, gonna make it work. Carlos, good morning. Welcome, welcome. So, yeah, one of the things that she did, which was interesting, that the influencer that I was watching when she took on 5 days of Huga, was she made homemade cinnamon rolls. Like, apparently, you're supposed to eat lots of hot pastries, like muffins and cinnamon rolls and breads. And I'm like, y'all, I need to move to Scandinavia. Like, I'm like, this sounds incredible. And she had never made actual cinnamon rolls. Like, you're supposed to really make this stuff, not, and there is nothing wrong with buying already made rolls and biscuits and all that kind of stuff. Nothing. I do it all the time. Literally all I do. But because you're inside and you have all this time, part of the thing is like you get into these projects. And one was she was gonna make homemade cinnamon rolls, and she also made homemade biscuits, and she had never done either. And she was so cute, like, when she was eating her hot cinnamon roll that she made in her like, in front of her fire with candles lit everywhere, and she's all snuggly with a cute little hat and, like, beautiful sweater, and she's in this cute little blanket, and she has her book, and she has her hot chocolate and her cinnamon roll, and she has, like, her little tree that she got that whatever. It it was fantastic. Yeah, if you have any Hygge pics of people actually practicing Hygge, she was so proud. Yeah, I mean, I was saying you can pop them up. She was so proud of her work. It just was really great to see, like, you felt really good for her. So here's some pictures, of what it looks like when people are practicing Hygge. They do keep a lot of neutral in the homes, right? You probably don't want a lot of black furniture, depressing type of kind of paint colors or like any type of furniture at all. You're going to want a lot of light, right? Because you don't have a lot of light outside. So that's why you'll see a lot of like couches and chairs and things that are all in like a cream and a neutral. You'll see a lot of candles, you see a lot of lights. That's a really good one, Anna, that one that it's all glowy with the person holding the glass. You were scrolling down. It's like right there. Yep, let's see that one. Good morning, Mackie. Welcome, welcome. Um, that's it. Look at this. You're on a couch, you got fire. Look at all the lights. Look at all the plants, you're in comfy clothes, you got a book on your lap, you have a roaring fire. I'm assuming this person just ate a really big biscuit. I don't know. And now we're having a cocktail drink that keeps you warm. Huga to you. Happy Huga. I love it. I really love it. So, those of you who are here, I would love for you to chit chat with me. You can do so by talking to your device, or you can talk to me through the chat. This is what makes Backchannel so unique. This is revolutionary. No one else is doing talk shows where you can watch, listen, and interact, chat with the host in real time. This is happening live. I would love to know your thoughts on Huga. Have you actually ever practiced true Huga? Not just, yeah, I've been in a blanket, or yeah, I've lit a fire. We're talking about a mindset and we're talking about for a good period of time. You know what I mean? My thought is I want to know, and this is because I have weight issues, but what are people saying like about how they physically feel after Hugo? That would be interesting to know. Your physical self is gonna be definitely, like, fed, and your emotional self is gonna be fed. So, does one beat the other? Good morning, Carissa. Hello, welcome. Do you care that maybe you put on 10 pounds during Hugo? Because emotionally, you feel so good. You've given yourself the permission to indulge in winter, that you've given yourself permission to lean into the season of, no sun and cold. Maybe it's like looking at animals and they do this whole hibernation situation and they seem pretty happy. Like they go to sleep, they hibernate, they're all fluffy. And then they come out in the spring and you lose the weight. Like we have this obsession with weight, right? That oh, I can't indulge because then I'm gonna gain weight. Yeah, but then guess what? You can lose weight again. Like, it's not like you gain 10 pounds and now that's who you are for the rest of your life. Maybe that's who you are for like December. Okay. Indulge in December. Like lean in and then get back on the schedule. Now, not everyone can do that. I couldn't do that for years. I could not lean in, gain weight, and then go back to losing weight. And it's hard. I'm sitting here acting like that's so easy. It's not. What I'm questioning, is if you give yourself the permission, if you go into it with the mindset this is what I'm doing and it's not forever. It's temporary. Is that different? Like think about giving birth. Not everybody here is a woman, not everybody here is a mom, right? But when you're giving birth, that is not a permanent situation. Labor and delivery is not permanent. It's temporary. You're going to be in pain. It's going to be very painful, but it's not for the rest of your life, right? Is it in this thing? I don't know. Anna's talking to me. Let's see what Anna has to say. She says, I feel like it's hard with a baby pulling everything off of shelves. Let's talk about that. Can you Hugo with children? If you're lighting candles everywhere and you're lighting fires everywhere and you're cooking high fat, high sugar baked goods, is this what we need to be doing with children? That sounds like that's not going to get you through the season. I got to go with Anna on that one. That seems hard. And here's what I say all the time, especially today, Make It Work Monday, make it work for your situation, for your season of life, for your, I don't know what your life is. I don't know where you're at in your journey. I have no idea your age, your education, where you live, your culture, your upbringing, your family of origin, what's important to you, what's not, your values. All of this comes into play. Are you living with people? Are you single? Are you a kid living at home? Are you a widow? Are you, someone divorced? Do you have kids? Could you not have kids? There's 1,000 things. Are you employed, not employed? I don't know. And the point is, it doesn't matter. Your life is your life, right? Okay. So, can Hugo work for you or anything that we talk about on the show? You've got to take a inventory and decide, yeah, this is a time I can do this. This is a time I can lean in. I can bake all the things. I can hang out on a couch. I can light all the fires. Or no. Anna has a 1-year-old. This might not be the season to light candles and for her to snuggle up on a couch eating warm pastries and knitting. This might not be it, Anna. Like, this might not be the time for you. And that's fine. Also, it says it's suggested that a high level of meat, cakes, and coffee consumption in Denmark is directly linked to Hugo. It's kind of, I think it's like people hibernating. I think it's like people hibernation. I really do. Good morning, Renee. Hello. She says, make a Hugo Krog, which translates to a nook. Now that is true. Think about this. In the States, a lot of us have, like a media room or a playroom or a reading room or a music room or a prayer room or I don't know, a mud room. We all have different things that people like, and what's important. It might be really important to you that the kids or you or your dog doesn't come in and tromp mud all in your home. So you have a mud room. You have a place where, maybe it wasn't officially a mud room, but you've made it into that. It's the walkway, it's the foyer, it's that you open the door. Even if you're in an apartment, whatever, you can make this space. You put like a little box where people can put their shoes up and a hook. That can be your quote unquote mud room. Okay. And maybe you're in an apartment, you're in a small home, you're, whatever, and you really are into film and board games and you want to have a place where you can entertain. So what was supposed to be a living room or supposed to be your second bedroom, or maybe, I don't know, you have a really big bathroom. I don't know. Do whatever you want. You've made it into this entertainment space that you can, like, people used to have parlors, like where we would hang out. What they do is they actually make a Huga Nook. So it's not the entire home. It's not the entire home. It's like this little space. And that's where they go to do these things, which is really interesting. And that's called a Huga Krog. Okay. So Anna's finding some cool articles about Huga as a parent, but it's all about being cozy and creating a safe environment. It is about creating coziness. It's about leaning into the season. We are now upon winter. Winter it has come. It's upon us. When is it officially here? Is it in December in the 20s, like December 22nd? Is that when winter is officially here? But the world doesn't know that. It's not like snow and cold, like, are sitting around waiting. It's here. Winter's here. Okay. So how are you going to address it? Especially those of you who are in the north, do you practice Huga? Do you practice a way to get through the season so you don't get sad and depressed and down? Is it exciting? Have you embraced it? There we go. All right. Next topic, everyone, because I'm sure now everybody's asleep. They're all in their jammies. Oh, December 21st is the official start to winter. What about glad that's over? This is a segment here on the show that Anna and I enjoy talking about. Glad that it's over. We're glad that certain things are over. Glad that's over. It's kind of part of Make It Work Monday. What are you glad that's over? Is it the weekend? Are you glad that that's over? Are you kind of glad to be back in the grind? Anna and I were talking about this yesterday. This is a new job for us. This morning show is new. So we're just now settling into a routine and we're starting to, like, kind of get things going and adjusting. This was kind of hard for us that we had Thanksgiving off. We did have to work Friday, but then we had 2 days off. So we had 3 days off kind of in a row-ish. And we kind of were like, it wasn't that we missed work, but we both felt unsettled, like, we have stuff to do, like, we've got to, like, work and talk and, like, organize and fix and, like, write and do all this kind of stuff. And I think that that was a little unsettling. Like, you almost don't get to enjoy the time off. So in some ways, I'm kind of glad it's over. I'm kind of glad it's over. Like, the whole time off. Isn't that dumb? Yeah. Anybody else? What are you glad is over? How was Thanksgiving? Are you glad it's over? Are you glad Black Friday's over? Are you going to be glad when Cyber Monday's over? Like, where are you at? What are you feeling? What are you glad that's over? Anna, what are you glad that's over? Do you need a nap? Do you need a break? Maybe it wasn't enough time. Maybe, you know what? And I didn't think about that. Some people, I feel like Thanksgiving is an amuse bouche. Have you ever been to a really fancy restaurant and they come out while you're, like, sitting there and you're, like, reading the menu and they're like, this is amuse bouche from the chef. And you're like, the chef doesn't know I'm here. And it's, like, very tiny. And it's like a little thing that you pop in your mouth. Maybe it's a little swig of soup. Maybe it's a little tiny crouton with, like, I don't know, smoked salmon on it. Like, it's tiny. Um, and it's to get your palate going. It's before appetizers. That's what it means, to amuse the mouth, amuse bouche. Okay. I feel like Thanksgiving is an amuse bouche. It gets you salivating. So I could see other people being like, no, now I'm in. I want to be off with my family. My kids were home for the holiday. My husband was off of work. My wife was, cooking in the kitchen. God, could I be more like I think very what is that? Traditional? I don't know. Fill in the blank for whatever is your normal. And I'm not trying to be offensive to anybody. Whatever that looks like. And now you kind of miss it. You're like, I don't want to go back to work. I don't want to go back to school. I don't want to go back to finals. Those of you who are listening who are, maybe facing college finals, high school finals, maybe you have testing in your work. Now you have all the event parties for work. So maybe you're not glad it's over. Maybe you liked the buffer of the holiday. Now that's something else, Anna. We could say like, "Oh, it's Thanksgiving. My sister's in town. I have to hang out with her." I don't even have a sister. Anna had a wonderful family time, but now she needs nap before travel and birthday party. Anna and I have lot coming up in the next 2 weeks. Not this week, although it's leaning into this week because this week is gonna take I'm already stressed out about this week. There's so much we have to do. And then we'll be gone. I'll be gone for 2 weeks. Anna will be gone a little bit, and then I visit her, and then she has, like, her son's first birthday. Lot coming up, and then you got the holidays? So, I could see it, whatever, but make sure to appreciate the little things, you guys. Live every day, make every day count. You only have today. We don't know what's happening today. Is it, not to get depressing, but well, there are no guarantees in this life. There's no guarantees in the next hour. You know what I mean? There's no guarantees in the next 10 minutes. So don't let it go to waste. Now, if you're sick or, you're mentally handling some stuff and you're not in a good place emotionally, you got to take the time to recover and to heal and to do all those things. No, you don't need to go learn knitting. You don't need to go organize your pantry. You don't need to go drive your car and get the tires, rotated and the air put in your tires. This might not be the day. That's all I want to say. I want to just tell you, you guys, give yourself permission to be over things. Give yourself permission to face what you need to face this week. Finish November the way that you should. All right, let's play a little bit of a game, shall we? If you are on, you can play with me by talking to your Echo Show device. The magic word is say. Simply name your device, whatever the name of your device is, however you get your device to interact with you. You say your device's name, then you say the word say, and then you say the answer. And you can play. Like we can all play together. Like it's interactive for the whole community, which is so cool. If you're online at YouTube, if you're online through backchannel.tv, through the chat there, because you're listening through a different device or an app, you can chat yourself. You can write the answers yourself. So this game is one that Anna and I really like to play because here's what's interesting. We have a lot in common, right? We do. We have a lot in common, but there's a lot of things that like we don't have in common. Now, Anna and I are in different generations. That's one thing. I was gonna make jokes. I'm a lot older than Anna, and she tolerates me, which is very kind. Also, I don't know what it is. It's not like I'm trying to act like I'm younger. It's not like you can ask Anna, it's not intentional. It's not like I'm like, I'm gonna be cool and wear dark lipstick. That's not lips, dark eyeliner, dark lipstick and do all the things. I'm emo. Like some people are legit emo. Like that's how they dress and act. Like they're not trying, right? Not trying to be younger. It's just, I don't know, emotionally stunted. I don't think it's a positive. So we already are different generations, Anna and I. Okay, fine. We are in different seasons of life. She's starting her family. I'm at the end and endish of my family, which is crazy. I have a kid that's already left and she has a brand new person that she made. She just made that person not even a year ago. Am I an old soul or are you young? Who knows? You might be an old soul. I'm definitely young because you, as you already know, I out energy the young friends that I have. So I'm not an old soul. I never was. So that's fine. I'm Buddy the Elf soul, and you can be an old soul. I'm talking to Anna. Okay, so this or that. It's just kind of fun to see where everybody falls on these things and we can discuss it. You guys, this or that, real or fake tree? I know a lot of people who aren't Christian who have Christmas trees. It's become a cultural thing, right? I have a friend, one of my best friends. Well, actually, she was my best friend in high school. And I still consider her one of my best friends ever. She's Jewish. She's a practicing Jew. She started Hanukkah last night in her home, but guess what else is up? Her Christmas tree. She has her Christmas tree up, and I have a friend who is an atheist. She's a very proud atheist and discusses what that's like growing up in this country as an atheist and raising children atheist. And you know what she's put up pictures of on her social media this weekend? They were decorating for Christmas. They were decorating with their tree and the decorations, and she does Santa Claus and all the things. Fascinating. So just because people have a Christmas tree does not mean that they partake in Christian, the Christian holiday per se. They can just be a part of the cultural part of it all. I am Christian. I do the tree for all the things, but everybody has their own reasons. So real or fake tree, Sheila says fake. That's interesting. Although I kind of see where you know what, Sheila, if I were to guess that about you, good morning, Hershey Park. Glad you're here. I could see where Sheila is originally from the East Coast. And a lot of my friends from the East Coast, they are fake tree people. And this is what I want to talk about. I'm glad that you brought this up, Sheila. Is it a cultural thing? Like the South is a different culture than the North. All I know is the South, and I know the North because my father's from the North. Is that why? Is it because it's so cold up there? Going around to cut down your tree or going outside, we don't want to do that. It's snow. We don't want to plow through the snow. Like we have romanticized winter here in the South because we don't have it like you guys do up in the North. Now, Sheila has moved from the North to the South. She's saying it's allergies and cats. All right, never mind, Sheila. I'm going on this thing about the North and the South. And she's like, we're allergic, Liv. We're allergic and we have animals. That's fair. Those are also really good reasons why people have fake trees. Now, my husband grew up with a fake tree his whole life. I never had a fake tree. Never, ever, ever had a fake tree. And I was like, when I say anti fake tree, I'm not anti vax. I'm not anti, I don't fit in boxes. I am a moderate, okay? I am super religious, but I'm very conservative. But then I've got so many liberal things that people are like, wait, what? That doesn't make sense. So, I don't know what I am. I don't fit in this country, which is fine. I don't think a lot of us do, to be honest. I do not fit in a box, but I do have strong opinions about fake and real trees. I prefer a real tree. Now, last year, we got a fake tree because of the pandemic. And I am immune compromised. So our quarantine lasted forever. And March 2020 was all the way through this January. We were pretty much under lock and key because of my health, and that's boring. So we compromised and decided to invest in our first fake tree. And so yesterday I was with my family and I said, "Oh, you guys, when are we gonna go buy our tree? Like, when are we gonna go get our tree?" And we like to take the kids out to a tree farm and cut down a tree. We always end up getting a Douglas fir in the end, but we like the whole experience. And my husband looks at me and says, "We have a fake tree now." I don't think I realized that we were going to continue with the fig tree into this year. I know why he loves it. And Sheila, I'm not saying these are the reasons you love the fig tree. Good morning, Tanya. We didn't have to pick up the needles. That was nice. Real trees, good morning, Danny. Real trees are difficult because you have to water them. I want to know, what would be interesting to know is, does anybody know if the upkeep electrically, if that's different? You know what I mean? Like, is that a different situation? Good morning, Lisa. Lisa is here. Lisa has one fake and one real tree. And see, that's what I think we're going to have to end up doing, Lisa. I don't think I can give up the real. I want to have, even if it's a little tiny, like Charlie Brown real tree, I want something that smells piney. And we cut it down as a family. We were on a wagon. We had s'mores. Like, you know what I mean? And we, even if we end up buying the tree, like a normal tree, like a Kroger, I just want to like go to the tree farm, you know, Lisa says it has nothing to do with cold. It's supposed to be cold when you get a tree. Lisa says it's not a north south thing. All right, great. So now we know it's not a north south tree. She says both trees are large. Really? So Lisa, tell me this. Anna's saying she's never gone and chopped down a tree, which that makes me sad. Maybe we could do that when I'm in Ohio. Nathan says real trees for outside the house. Fake trees are nice for inside the house. So Lisa, please let me know, where are your trees? Where are the fake trees? Where are the I almost said the normal trees? The real tree. Where do you put those? Where are those going? My husband is Mr. Christmas Tree. That's cute. I love it. He just really likes the Christmas trees. You guys are your own Hallmark movie. You don't even have to watch Candace Cameron Bure. So where are you putting these trees, Lisa? And I have friends that have multiple trees. Like they have multiple fig trees. They inherited like their parents' trees and the fresh trees in the living room. Okay. We live in a forest and my husband's like, pick a tree and go decorate it. That's not funny. These pine trees are 7,000 feet tall. Like they are so tall. I can't decorate them. Oh, one on each level. So she has a two-story house. That makes sense. I've heard lots of people do that where they have one tree downstairs, one tree upstairs. I can see what you're doing there. I can appreciate that, Lisa. Um, Anna says, I live vicariously through National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. That is a classic film, everybody. You know, I'm going to talk a little about one of probably my favorite Christmas film that my husband and I watch that nobody on the planet watches. Anna's gonna have to pull up a picture in just a second. Oh, Anna says, I'm laughing, crying, thinking of you with a wagon, trekking through your yard to pick out a tree, anything make you decorate it outside. Yeah, if you're not following me on Instagram, you might want to because I start going live a lot during the winter because my husband is ridiculous. He's an Eagle Scout and he's very outdoorsy and he's very like pragmatic and I'm not. I am Buddy the Elf as a person, but without the tights. And he definitely is gonna make me decorate a tree out here. And we have a billion trees. We literally live in a forest. Like, I'm not kidding. We live in a forest. We don't have to mow the lawn. It's all forest. So we've got really, I live in the pine belt. So we've got really tall pine trees and we've got forest animals and stuff like that. And it is a lot of land. And so I could truck around with a wagon. But Anna, if you could pull up a photo of the movie Mixed Nuts, okay? Not a lot of people know this film. It kind of started having a little bit of a cult following. It's a campy film, I think, if I'm using that term correctly. Steve Martin's in it. Um, I what who wrote it? Did Nora Ephron write it? I feel like Nora Ephron wrote Mixed Nuts, but I could be wrong. But I'm a huge Nora Ephron fan. And we kind of talk about Movie Monday. I know I'm kind of getting there a little bit early. I haven't finished the this or that. Anna's probably like, look at the schedule. But this goes into our conversation. Mixed Nuts is great. Who else is in it? Tom Hanks' wife, Rita. I can't remember her name. Anyway, Madeline. Oh God, bless America. Why am I doing this? I do this on the air every single day. Make it work. Madeline Kahn, Liev Schreiber, um, Steve Martin, Rita Wilson. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Rita Wilson. They're all in this film. Who else is in this film? Parker Posey is at the beginning of it. And John, what's his face? He has a talk show now. And Juliette Lewis. Okay. Crazy cast. Anthony DePaula. I'm pretty sure it's Nora Ephron. Yes, Madeline Hahn. Did I say Madeline Kahn? It is Madeline Kahn. Anthony Lombardo. Nathan's giving the wrong names. So, Mixed Nuts is fantastic. It's a comedy. It's not your normal. It is Nora Ephron. And Rob Reiner's in it. I think Rob Reiner directed it. It's fantastic. It's a Christmas film that takes place in LA. It's not for the kids. It's not like rated R, not for the kids. It's PG-13, but it's a heavy PG-13. Um, yeah, it's not like gratuitous, you know what I mean? Hello, Bentley, good morning. It's a great film. It's a great ensemble cast. I love ensemble casts. That's why I love the movie Love Actually, because I love ensembles. But it's so funny. But there is a scene. Thank you. Yes, there you go. It's a great film. It did not do well in the theaters. She just flashed it. She's like, I don't want to talk about this. It didn't do well in the theaters, but now it's great. Oh, here's the cast. It's just a ton of people. Jon Stewart. That's right. Jolie Fisher. Oh, look at all this. But Jolie Fisher is Carrie Fisher's sister. You remember Carrie Fisher? Princess Leia? That's her sister, Jolie Fisher. I don't know if you know that. They both have the same father. Her mom is not whatever. They don't have the same mom. Anyway, so lots of people in this film. There is a scene with a fake tree that is it a fake tree? Or is it a real tree? Well, how about I say this? It is a real tree that they turn into a fake tree, and it's a really funny scene. So you'll have to check that out. All right, guys, I want to do a few more this or that's. White or colored lights? Where do we fall? Do we like the white light thing? I remember in the 80s and the 90s, that was not a thing until like maybe late 90s. Then people started going white light. But in the 80s, no way. It was all colored lights and the big bulbs. You know what I mean? Like those big Christmas light bulbs. Where do we fall with this? What oh, yeah, Adam Sandler is in that film. Adam Sandler is in it. Anna's saying we've done both. My parents currently have colored lights, and I'm getting colored lights. I kinda miss the retro colored lights, which, of course, everybody probably knows. I'm very retro and, like, vintage. Sheila says both. So what does that look like? Does that mean you put like white lights on the outside and you decorate your tree with colored lights? Is that what we mean when we say both? Or like, you know, or do you choose a theme? Like we're doing all white lights this year outside and inside, or we're doing all colored lights outside, inside. Do you know what I mean? Or can you mix up the two? Any thoughts on that? Oh, Lisa, I forgot to check in with you. Oh, Lisa knew it was Rita Wilson as well. Have you seen that film, by the way? Okay, so white lights for Lisa, lights on fresh and color on artificial. Interesting. Sheila's saying mix up the two. Okay. Listen, I enjoy it is something nice about the white lights outside, like on the rim of like the houses. You know what I mean? It definitely is bright. And I can get behind the whole Christmas star thing and the light of the world. I can get behind all that. Like, I get it. Oh, Lisa hasn't seen the film. But the colored lights, when people go all out, and I'm sure some of you live in these areas where people do a big display, huge displays that go with your radio and you've got to turn it on and, the flashing lights and they've got all the things. Yeah, there's all of that as well. I don't know what we're gonna do this year. I really like the chunky, retro, old school light bulb lights. I gotta say I miss it, but to be honest, I don't remember what our fake tree is. I don't remember what lights it is. Okay, and I need to know the last one for this or that. Traditional colors? Are we red and green people? Are we blue and white? Which I know is a Hanukkah thing, but my husband, my father grew up where his dad decorated everything blue and white, and they were not Jewish. They're Italian. My grandfather was from Italy, like literally born there, and my grandmother, his wife. So my father's first generation in America, but he grew up with blue lights. And then he stopped when people were like, "Are you Jewish?" Not that he doesn't, I mean, like, he doesn't mind people thinking he's Jewish, but he didn't know it was a Jewish thing. He didn't know Hanukkah was blue and white, if that makes sense. So he was like, "What? I didn't know." And so anyway, he just grew up with blue lights his whole life. No blue is depressing. It is very calming. It is very like, yeah. But I kind of got into red and gold. I got into red and gold for a while, and then I got this new house. It's new to me and now I'm into gold and white. I want everything gold and white and like white glitter and white fresh like whatever. We'll see if I decorate. Like I am not the best at decorating things, and I think the family really likes it when I do, and I think it makes them really sad that I don't. So, anybody else have any thoughts on the colors? Do you do red and green? Do you do traditional? Or do you do a combo of something that's happening? Lisa, what do you do? What does it look like? Sheila, what do you do? Well, Lisa always said white lights, but are your decorations in a certain type of thing? And I grew up, to be honest, in a home where the decorations were homemade. Like most of our ornaments are like family ornaments, and the kids did tinsel, and like whatever. Like it wasn't now that I live where I live in Houston, most people I know, not my friends, but like a lot of people pay people to come and decorate their homes for them. That's amazing, I guess. I don't know. Sheila goes traditional. Good morning, Jackie. Hello. So yeah, I don't know. I'm really into the gold and white. That's kind of where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at. Now you know. Now you know, guys. Okay, so Anna's saying my parents had a huge Christmas village. It was my favorite thing to set up. Now my mom is really into nutcrackers. Yeah. That's kind of a thing. I have a brother-in-law that's really into the Christmas village situation. My father has these great trains. And so every year it's a thing to set up his train. And it's like a steam engine train and like whatever. But we went to a dinner once where this guy was an actual train engineer, like for a job or had been. He was retired. And they auctioned off at like a church dinner thing, like a church fundraiser. And it was to have dinner at these people's homes, which was weird because we didn't know them, and it was to see all their trains. And I was thinking, like, how great are your trains? Like, I mean, what is the big deal? Y'all, I didn't want to leave. It was phenomenal. There were trains everywhere and they all worked and they all did smoke and sounds. And some of them like had cranes that would put things on the train. Like each room had multiple train sets. It was really, really cool. And I always hope that they put that like dinner back on the fundraiser because I was like, that was amazing. Anyway, but yeah, Lisa does red and green like the Italian flag. I love it. I love it. Actually, I'm surprised my father doesn't say that. He's a very, very proud Italian. Not that you meet some that aren't. Here, what is the joke? Like you could say the same joke about vegans, but you'll never have to ask an Italian if they're Italian, they'll tell you. Just like a vegan, which I'm both. Anyway, well, I'm not really vegan right now. All right, movie Monday, you guys. Let's go into movie Monday, which I know that we're, a little actually, I think we're kind of right on schedule-ish. And I think it kind of works out this way. But movie Monday, I was talking about mixed nuts, and we'll have to do a Christmas like list. What are your favorite Christmas movies? And I like to hear the ones that nobody knows. I want everybody to watch Mixed Nuts. Now, I need to report to everybody. I do have a report. I watched The Way Down. I watched it. I said I would, and I did. I watched The Way Down, and I have to say, I kind of like the first episode the best. And then it got it got weird. Like it got weird, right, Anna? Insane. Yeah. It started out, yeah, it gets so weird. Like it starts out kind of like the Lula Rich story too. Like it starts out very like happy and cute and like you kind of like, oh, these people are so great and like I see what they're doing and this is so fantastic. And then it just gets dark. It gets dark. What they're talking about gets dark. The story gets dark. The people get really not okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like Anna says, I can see why you would join and then be like, what? Yeah, no, it would be easy to join. It would be easy. Look, I don't think anybody goes into a cult thinking, well, this is gonna be difficult. I'm just gonna, bear through. The Way Down is a story about a cult. It's about oh, good morning, Rennie. Hello. Yes, so weird. Too much going on, like dark herd of cats. It's true. The Way Down is about this woman who and you could get the concept of where she's going. She has a little bit of truth, which hello Bentley. Hi. Which isn't that how most things are? There's a little bit of truth or just enough truth, right? that you can make an argument or you can turn something into something. And so she addressed weight in a spiritual place, but she went about it where it got not okay. Like she was saying, your body is a temple. You should respect your body. You should give your body, like God created your body. Like I believe, like, hey, we should respect the environment. We should respect our homes. We should respect other humans. We should respect our bodies. Like we should, yeah, we should not just lay on a couch eating Cheetos every day, all day. That's all we do for the rest of our lives. You don't have to be religious to believe that. You know what I mean? Now she took it and made it into this whole, what was her name? Anna Gwen what? I forgot. And she just made it into this whole like Jesus will love you if you are thin. You don't love God if you don't lose weight. You don't, oh, Gwen Shamblin. Thank you. And all this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And it went into this space. And then she kind of what happened, she went viral. Like she did before you could do it with social media. She became famous and her hair got out of control and her face, Anna. She had a cute little face, cute figure, cute hair. And then she went berserko. And it's kind of like, y'all remember Kate plus 8? Does anybody remember Kate plus 8? What was Kate's last name? Oh my gosh, John and Kate plus 8. And she had cute hair. She was cute. And then she got all into like the weird Karen hair. You know what I mean? Like she got all wackadoo. I don't know. And they got divorced. Anyway, so this story, Kate Goslin. Thank you, Kate Goslin. Her hair got higher as the cult got not only weirder, but bigger. So she didn't start out creating a cult, but she ended up creating a cult. So The Way Down, but WAY, but her book was called The Way Down, right? WEIGH, something about weight. So, yeah, I don't want to ruin everything about it, but I did watch the documentary and it is very interesting and depressing and so also I started watching Tick Tick Boom, which is Lin-Manuel Miranda's directorial debut. Is that how you say it? Directorial debut. And it's the story about, oh, Anna's gonna have to write his name. Jonathan what? Larson. God bless America. He wrote Rent, and which is the musical Rent, which, hey, I like to think of it as and she's gonna hate me for saying this, Anna's gonna hate me for saying this. It's the gift that gave us Indina Menzel and Taye Diggs and them as a couple. I know that is not what everybody thinks when they think of the musical Rent. Oh, good. Anna says, no, that's real. Yeah, I listened. There was a beautiful relationship that came out of that. They got married and had a baby. I think they only have one. They're not together now, but whatever. So Jonathan Larson was trying to write a musical his whole life, and so this is his story. And there you go. This is his story. Anna, what do you think? Do you think it stars Andrew Garfield, which wasn't Andrew Garfield Spider-Man? Am I wrong? Wasn't he Spider-Man? People are already talking about Oscar talk that yeah, he was in The Amazing Spider-Man. Okay, he was, yeah. He's also British, which is wild. That is true. He's one of those people that you don't know is British because it's like the guy who played in the TV show House. Nobody knew what was his name, Hugh Laurie. Nobody knew Hugh Laurie was British because um, you know. Okay, so do you think Andrew Garfield is a good singer? Because she was asking me this weekend, what do you think? And I thought he was fine. I thought he was normal, but I didn't think he was like an incredible singer. Like I didn't think he was Ben Platt. You know what I mean? Like I love Ben Platt. I think he's got a great Broadway voice. Um he plays the piano and he sings in it himself. So Anna, let me ask you, is Andrew Garfield, is he trained like um oh, for the love. Oh my gosh, I hate myself. Kristen, what's her face? She's married to Dax Shepard. What is Kristen's last name? Um, Bell. Kristen, thank you, Anna. Kristen Bell, she was actually trained in musical theater. Like that is what her training is in. I think also Zachary Levi. Like there's a couple of people that are actors. They're known for acting, but they're actual musical theater people. Like they can really sing. Like that's why she's in Frozen. I mean, that's why she plays Anna. Like she's incredible. So you have like Anna saying Ryan Gosling and Emma Emma Stone were in La La Land. But here's what I want to tell you, Anna, about that. I don't have a problem with Ryan Gosling or Emma Stone, and let me tell you why. And this might blow your face off. This would show me being in a different generation than her. Ryan Gosling started out, you probably know this, in the Mickey Mouse Club. So Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake, Ryan Gosling, and Carrie, what's her face with the curly hair that was in the show Felicity. They were all on the Mickey Mouse Club together. So he can sing. Emma Stone, now this you might not know. Emma Stone, thank you, Sheila, also wrote Kristen Bell. Emma Stone was in a reality show to find the Carrie Russell. Thank you, Sheila. Carrie Russell. Emma Stone was in the reality show to find the next Partridge person, like the Partridge family. They did a Partridge family. This was a long time ago when reality TV was just starting. MTV, VH1 started reality TV. And it was like to find the next member of the Partridge family. And Emma Stone won. Like I watched her on that show. So she can sing, which she sings in a lot of stuff. But Anna's not having it. Garfield had never sung in public before, learned for the film. See? Lisa can't wait to see Tick Tick Boom. So I'm not gonna give away what like I'm not gonna be a downer about it. I might start it over. I definitely was working whilst watching, and that might not have been the smartest. It was a little slow for me. I got to be honest. It was not as captivating as I had hoped. But there is one scene, again, I will not spoil it, that was super cool and creative. It was also pretty gimmicky, but I appreciate it as a Broadway lover, which we all know. So Stephen Sondheim died, you guys, over the weekend at 91 years old. The new movie version of West Side Story comes out this December. He was 27 when he wrote the lyrics to West Side Story. Now, I do want to share something that I watched. And I know we're edging up to the end of our time together. I watched one of the best, if not best. I always say Four Flights is my favorite documentary now, and that's a 9/11 documentary. And I watched it this year. Four Flights was incredible, incredible. Like not just the information that was in the documentary, but the way that it was presented. I got to say this about the one I watched. It was on Rita Morano. It's a documentary on Netflix. It blew my face off. First of all, I really have always equated Rita to playing Anita in West Side Story. There was so much, and we're going to have to carry this into a different day, Anna. I've got so much to say about this documentary. I didn't know or I hadn't really given a lot of thought to West Side Story. It was my father's favorite musical. It still is, I think. My whole life, I grew up watching West Side Story because my dad is from New Jersey, from New York. He's Italian. He loved West Side Story. And so I grew up with it in a different kind of reality of seeing that film and then hearing about it through Rita's lens. But her whole life, fascinating. Great, great documentary. Now, there's some cussing, so don't watch it with little kids, but I'm telling you, I need to discuss it. I need to discuss this documentary like I've never needed to discuss. Lisa says she's excited for West Side Story because to go back into the theaters and to have it go back to the movies, like re-seeing it and all that kind of stuff. So it is interesting that Sondheim, who wrote, Stephen wrote the lyrics. He was 27, and here's a picture. Now, Spielberg did direct it, right? And the author of the lyrics just passed away, 91, and it is coming out this month in December. The new West Side Story. Spielberg, you've got some pretty incredible names in this film. And I encourage you to watch the Rita Morano. Like now, she talks about West Side Story. I don't know. It's probably an hour and a half of like the documentary is. overall, sprinkled throughout the entire documentary, maybe 20 minutes. Like, that is not the focus of this documentary. I had no idea about roles that I have watched her play my whole life and didn't know it was her. Did not know it was her. Blew my face off. Okay, let's see. Anna's saying, and then I know we're gonna go. Garfield had never sung. Oh, I already read that. I did theater with Mike Feist, the guy to the left of Ansel. Oh my gosh, that is someone that Anna knows that she did theater with, right there. The guy in the sleeveless leather vest. Y'all, it is time for us to close out and say good morning to the next show. Well, they start at an hour. The Anthony Davis show is at noon Eastern. I don't feel bad when I go a little long on these days because nobody's like racing to get in here. After Anthony Davis is Your Pal Hal from 2 to 4 Eastern. So Anthony Davis is 12 to 2 Eastern. Your Pal Hal is 2 to 4 Eastern. Guys, do not forget to make today count. You got to live every day to the fullest. And I will be here tomorrow with producer Anna at 8 a.m. Eastern. I can't wait to see you all then. Have a fantastic Making It Work Monday. Bye, you guys.